Hey guys, welcome to my Geek Rant. So today we're going to talk about Marvel's Star Wars Annual #1. This is basically just like a one-off. It's a little bit longer than the standard comics, but it's basically just, its own standalone story, but within the same timeline. So this is taking place right after the Battle of Yavin, and we have our main character. His name is Neb. That's his true name, but he's a rebel spy on Coruscant who's masquerading as this guy named Tharius Demo. I had to look at my notes there. Yes, so it's pretty interesting because it first starts off with saying that, he's not the hero. Like, the whole theme they're trying to put here is that it's really difficult what he has to do for his job because he has to put on this facade of being like this Imperial agent who does people wrong. Like, the first scene we see is there's a guy who's hurting for taxes that he can't pay, and he has to like make it up that he's like this really callous Imperial agent who's just like, I don't care if you can't pay your taxes, like if you want you can sell your kids into slavery and stuff like that. And the guy's just like really tormented, and he's like saying, no, like just take this deal, this is actually a good deal for the Empire, or from the Empire's point of view, this is a good deal. So if you say anything else, I can make this worse for you, or you can just go along your way and then I can still keep up my facade. And that kind of keeps going on throughout the whole story, that there's a theme of him not actually being a hero. But then he realizes when he meets the Emperor in this comic that he's nowhere near as fake bad as he thought he was than what Palpatine does, because he does some pretty messed up stuff in the comic book where he, how Palpatine does. He kills people. Of course, that happens here in this comic, and I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting read. It was definitely a more introspective comic book than what we usually get for Star Wars related material. And I appreciated that, and I liked what it was trying to say, and I liked how it was painting this picture of the atrocities of the Empire and how far they can go, and how far Palpatine will go to meet his ends. It was also very kind of charming. Like, this character, Neb, when he was going to like save the senators, and he was doing his mission, he was very like charismatic, and he had like a lot of charm about him, and I thought that was pretty cool. But he also had like, this really deep thing going on within him, this conflict within him. And he was wondering like how many spies are on Coruscant, like besides him. And there's this whole spy network that's going on in Coruscant. And basically they all sacrifice this mission to basically assassinate Palpatine. And that it totally fails. But yeah, it was very interesting. I would definitely recommend reading it for sure if you really want to get a different insight into like a Star Wars comic. It's definitely less swashbuckly as like the main series, but it's more like a how can I say it? It's more like what I expect the anthology films to be, which are now being called Star Wars stories, like the spin-off movies. I feel like this comic is like that. It's very tonally different, still very much in the Star Wars universe, but it has a very specific tone, which you can do when you do spin-off things and things like that. So if you really want like a noir-esque comic book, I would definitely suggest reading this Star Wars Annual #1. But that's it for my review. Peace, love, and may the Force be with you. Always.
What I've seen in a lot of debates is that people, including myself, either lowball Mace or lowball Sidious to achieve their point.
Throw a grenade at him. Alright, now critical strike. Oh, I killed him. Oh no, I didn't mean to throw two. Oh, that's such a waste. Such a waste.